What is the likelihood of prominence for a person born in the 18th century England with 16 siblings, where a mere half lived past their teenage years? Further still, what hope does a person who obtains only a mediocre education and no clerical training have of becoming a well-known evangelist of extraordinary oratory skill? Most would probably deduce there is little probability. Yet there was such a man who lived and was used by God in a mighty way. With much study and deliberation, it is my privilege to inform you of such a man, Charles Spurgeon. I seek to inspire you today by commemorating Spurgeon's legacy. From the lowly country life in Stambourne, England, to the bustling city life of London, Charles Haddon Spurgeon became known as the Prince of Preachers. He touched the lives of many in his country and beyond through his powerful sermons, philanthropy, and diligent labor, even while suffering from bouts of depression and physical maladies. To begin, I will tell you about his God-given talent. Many saw the natural gift of speech young Spurgeon possessed at a tender age. However, it was not until shortly after his spiritual conversion at 15 years old that Charles delivered his first impromptu sermon, which jump-started his ministry. Fullerton recorded in the book about his friend Spurgeon that in 1854, at age 19, Charles accepted the pastoral position at New Park Street Chapel, situated in the poorer side of London, called Southwark. This diminishing congregation of lower-class citizens was soon revived with the passionate new minister. His preaching style was descriptive, though blunt. His delivery was dramatic and tailored so that every layman might understand. People, ranging from the common folk to those of high status, filled the pews by the thousands to hear him bring the word of God in plain terms. Charles Haddon Spurgeon had captured the attention and admiration of the world. Charles Spurgeon is an inspiration to me and to others by personifying his faith through Christian virtue and zeal for evangelism in his life and ministry. Charles Spurgeon had a heart for evangelical activism. According to Mr. Philip Ort, Spurgeon was passionate that the gospel be demonstrated in action, not just by words. He started the Home Rescue Society, which alleviated domestic abuse victims. Back then, women were more likely left in a horrible plight if they lost their providers. Mr. Spurgeon recognized this need and built 17 almshouses for widows. Furthermore, he founded a free seminary for the underprivileged aspiring preachers and subsidized 2 orphanages. Even though he and his family could have lived one of affluence with all the money he earned from speaking and his printed works, he chose a humble lifestyle. This type of selflessness denotes true charity and bespeaks his noteworthy character. This impressed upon me that his life exemplified how faith without works is dead. For 38 years, Charles worked tirelessly in London. His sermons were published in approximately 40 different languages, leading to his worldwide fame. Spurgeon authored various books, including devotionals, magazines, sermons, commentaries on the Bible, an autobiography, and hymns. Mr. Spurgeon balanced these accomplishments, also a hefty workload, while being a devoted father and a faithful husband to his wife, Susanna. On average, he preached 10 times per week. Michael Reeves stated that Spurgeon once addressed a crowd of 23,000 people. This was before the use of microphones and speakers. Imagine the physical toll that this would take on one's body. And take its toll it did. Charles's body was inflicted with many chronic ailments, such as arthritis, gout, and depression. No man is exempt from depression, and neither was this renowned orator. Spurgeon fully believed that even in his weakness, God could work through him. He was a dedicated servant of the cross until January 31st, 1892, when his body finally succumbed to the battle with gout. The world went into mourning at the loss of this beloved evangelist. Charles Spurgeon taught me how perseverance of faith amid trials is vital to a Christian's life. In summary, I would like to say a few last words. According to Dr. Patricia Krupa's article, young Charles once stated, "I must and I will make the people listen." Listen, they certainly did. Even to this day, we hear his echoes reverberating through his life's testimony, whether penned by himself or by those who respected him. Charles Haddon Spurgeon earned the title of Prince of Preachers by speaking for what he believed in, his generous spirit, zealous labor, and perseverance through hampering afflictions of mind and body. May we be stirred into action in our own lives, as Spurgeon was once in his.